Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and you betcha the selection has been made. Is this the face of the next president? Kamala Vampirus, aka Kamala Harris, 2020. And if you think that this is for anything else but all the marbles and a shot at the presidency, you have not been paying attention to Zombie Joe and the crew. Because it's not Joey B. It's certainly no longer Sleepy Joe. It's Zombie Joe and the people that are now selecting their next front woman. And what this is also doing is kind of leaving a window open for the vice presidency. There's nobody in sight that's going to be somewhere in the cabinet other than, you would imagine, Pete Bootlicker. But for Zombie Joe to actually call out Kamala Harris and say, well, I mean, he doesn't get to select it, but after Kamala Harris basically talked about him running on a segregation and then was selling a t-shirt about it the next day, you remember that, is a lot. But not even, folks, not even half the Democrats believe Joe Biden will serve all 4 years of his term. 4 years. I don't think he's serving 4 hours. And that's if they rig the election for him, because this ticket is beyond ridiculous. Everybody knows nobody wanted Zombie Joe, and everybody especially knows they don't want Kamala. But there is a large sector of the populace that's so brainwashed that they were voting anybody but Trump, period. Which is a problem, because it's not like I'm a fan of Trump, and I just don't think there's a third party right now that's out there that's going to be able to do anything relevant. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some Kamala Vampirus, show you who she really is, show you why Tulsi Gabbard ended up trending because she exposed Kamala Harris, and then we'll further expose Kamala Harris for you for what she is. She's a sociopath. She's a politician. She's a liar. All right? She's somebody that doesn't practice what she preaches, and she's a social climber. She'll be a great minion for the Predator class if they're able to put her in. So, guys, as you know, my GoFundMe was locked yesterday. I appealed it. They acted like it was a processing mistake. I got a pretty form email. So for now, we're still going to use the GoFundMe that's in the link below as Super Chats because we're fully demonetized here. So apparently everything's good. Everything's gone through. There are no problems any longer with my GoFundMe. I like the transparency of it. I like being able to interact with the audience. So if you've got a super chat or a question, we will be checking that first once we go there. Make sure to check out all my documentary films, Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order, Define and Shade the Motion Picture. They're free in the playlist section underneath. You can support me on Rockfin. Thumbs the video, subscribe, and share. And let's start it off with Tulsi Gabbard. Eating her alive in the debates. But the debates were oh so long ago, and there doesn't seem to be a Zombie Joe show. It doesn't seem like he's actually going to be any debates against Trump, but who knows? We'll see.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Boom. Okay? Boom. And, I mean, she gave it to her pretty hard there, and she's trending right now because of it. Because a lot of people are remembering when Tulsi Gabbard, somebody they couldn't get off the debate stage quick enough, and somebody they already did not give much time to because she's anti-military industrial complex, okay? You know, they erased her. But here, why don't we check it out? This is her right here laughing about rolling up on somewhere where there's some marijuana. Watch.
But this is a great...
Right, so now what's happening here?
Good vibes, it's like yoga.
Or weed.
Or weed. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's so funny. I put people in jail. Okay, and here she is. She's getting asked about it. This is back in 2014. And by the way, if we played the whole clip, you see what a politician she is then. She's saying that, oh, well, she can't talk about this or the death penalty. You know, she's a quintessential puppet social climber. That's it. She's like an Andrew Capo Cuomo, okay? She's just going to ascend to doing the bidding of the criminal predator class.
He asked California's current top cop, Kamala Harris, for her position on this controversial issue.
And this is before it's legalized. And you got to like how they call her the top cop, right? Because, you know, the right wing is running with, well, look at this. They want to defund the police, and then they choose, you know, an attorney general, a cop, you know? It's hard to argue with that logic, but here you go.
Your opponent, Ron Gold, has said that he is for the legalization of marijuana recreationally. Your thoughts on that?
That he is entitled to his opinion.
California.
Hilarious. But this is the person they're going to put in there. And even here, she tries to save her image when she's selling her book, and she tries to make a joke about marijuana, and she didn't smoke weed. When they look at her book cover.
Happy on the cover.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the world for a second before we get back to the book, because I'm not sure why you look so happy on the cover.
Even though we legalize it.
Okay, shutdown.
Yeah.
Shutdown's still going on.
You know? And again, he doesn't even want to acknowledge the weed smoke. But now she admits, of course, she has smoked weed before, laughing it up. But that's not it. You know, this is a social climb. Remember, she was the mistress of Willie Brown, Mr. San Francisco, Mr. Bohemian Grove, Mr. I Got a Call and a Warning on the morning of 9/11. And he said she should go for the AG. So obviously, her name was in here. You got to wonder if Grandma Oatmeal, a.k.a. Elizabeth Warren, will end up being the AG. But this is how it works. Politics is scumbaggery, slimy, and terrible, guys. And she's just a selected front woman. And that's it. Just a minion of the predator class. So thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Get all the questions and comments in there. We're going to go through them in a minute. Let me know how you feel about Kamala Harris, a.k.a. Kamala Vampirus, and Zombie Joe Biden. All right, so let's see. Do we have any questions and comments from the other day? Let's see. These look like they could have been from the other day. Jason, been familiar with your work? Okay, we did that one. The Fauci family means sickle maker. I found it looking into his family. It also had different spellings and generations, including Fazi, Fasci, and others. The Fasci was a symbol for the Roman imperial power. Augustus Caesar just so happens to pop into my head. Sure as Shiza, my jaw dropped. Raymond says, Jason, this is as honest as can be. Keep up the good fight and truth. Thank you, Rob. And then keep up the good work, Jason. We the people can erode trust in the vaccine rollout that is coming before they censor everything. I mean, we have to just show them the facts that they're not even making a vaccine to prevent COVID-19. That they're saying at best, it'll produce antibodies for several weeks to several months. That's insanity. For something the majority of us aren't going to get in the first place. So again, we're using this as the super chat mechanism. Let's go into it from the beginning. Great. Kamala was a fun wrestler. Yes. Rest in peace. I believe his name was James Harris, but Kamala, he was a great wrestler. And I remember growing up with him as a kid. And it was sad to see he went. But he went at 70. He lost his legs a while ago. Kamala, this is a nightmare. How can she seriously be the VP? She called him racist just a few months ago. The facts aren't the facts. We live in an alternate reality. That's how. Oh, dear God. Geez, we're not going to say that. Hey, Jason, there's no political solution. Ask the Federal Reserve. Kamala over me boss Harris. I don't know what that means. Oh, I get it. Ha, ha, ha. She gets on her knees. Yikes. Didn't she just recently unfollow Sleepy Joe's Twitter account? I don't know. Was that a thing? That could have been a thing. Man, I need some water, guys. Excuse me. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Hey, everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked Susan Rice, but surprised he picked Kamala because she's such an easy target with her record. Just one sniff, and Joey knew Kamala was his new VP. Was his VP? Jeez. She believes the Joe Biden rape allegations get her. She does. She says that. She believes the women. In fact, let's do that one live. Let's see. Kamala Harris. Believes allegations Biden. I believe them. From the supporting Joe Biden sexual accusers. And now, boy, that's coming out right now. Well, you should believe them because they're probably telling the truth. You know? But, again, the facts aren't the facts. There you go. All right, let's keep going. Trump just won. Not if they rig it. I mean, this could be the biggest selection of all time. Thumbs up, share. Thank you, MF Doom. We appreciate it. And, again, the GoFundMe is how we'll do the Super Chat since we're fully demonetized here on this platform. Oh, we got a $10 bill. But it was just an anonymous donation, which I appreciate. All right. What do we got here? She's a power-hungry scumbag. Again, I'll say it again. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it. This is the kind of woman that's like your neighbor and acts like your best friend, and you're making dinner with her. And, you know, she's got a family, you've got a family, and she's sleeping with your husband, and everybody's over for, like, you know, an Easter Sunday, and your son's home at college, and she bangs him upstairs in the bathroom while nobody's looking. She's that kind of sociopath. All right? And thank you for giving the PayPal. Yes, that's right there, too. We are also accepting PayPal donations, which I really appreciate, guys. Let's see. Yeah. Oy vey, I got to go to bed. You got this one, Doom? I think he might. Hey, Drew, killing the downhills. Nice, Rev. Let's see. Yep, no worries. Get some rest. Finding new trails every day. She'll say whatever she needs to say to climb the wall of power. Exactly. Got to sure up my brakes. I'm a big boy. Right-wingers hate the USA and the USA Constitution. You guys ignore facts in support of your faith in Trump because you are incredibly stupid. I'm not a right-winger. Just so you know, I'm not a big fan of a lot of what Trump does. I think a lot of what Trump does is terrible. I think the deals in Yemen with Saudi Arabia are terrible. I think us still being in Syria is terrible. Is absolutely terrible. I don't like the UBIs. I would federally mandate these shutdowns be taken out, right? That they could not mandate masks in states. There's a lot I have issues with Trump. I don't like what he's doing with Assange. Maybe you're new here, Leper Abbott. We just don't like Kamala Harris because she's a terrible person, and Joey B is even worse. Again, aside from totally being visibly senile and on camera a multitude of times in the halls of government, molesting children, manhandling them, all right? Physically touching them in a manner that should be uncomfortable for any seeing adult. Not once, not twice, but again, a multitude of times. On top of that, when he had his brain, he was an establishment hack and gangster. He was Joey B. I mean, from covering up Pakistan's role in 9/11 that we talk about to promoting Bill Barr when he was going to be the youngest attorney general under George H.W. Bush, we don't like any of these establishment pieces of filth. Fun times. Thumbs it up. Thumbs up, people. You are cultists. I'm not a right-winger, dummy. Maybe you don't get it. I guess it's your first time. I guess you saw the thumbnail, thought you'd get in there and be angry. Listen, she's terrible. If I had my way, Tulsi Gabbard would have been the nominee, or at least had the opportunity to be in the debates, especially when she qualified and they kept changing the rules. Let's see. Oh, that's a big jump. It's a big old jumpy. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Who have no clear thought. Gross. Kamala Harris will be your president. I'm scared. I'm extremely scared that they may rig this for Zombie Joe and Kamala Vampirus. And she could be the president. It wouldn't matter. She's a puppet. She says what she has to. It's not like she's in charge. Later Jason, later Drew, right after Biden. No problem. I don't even know if they're going to swear Biden in, and you know that. Then AOC, gross. Do we just have a troll in here? I'm not, again, somebody who was like an audition tape. Somebody who went before with a bunch of other people and got behind a pack. We don't do that here. We're funded by the Burmist Brigade because it's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong. It's about telling the truth. It's about having nuance. Again, nobody on the left will even admit that Trump's executive order with big pharma and drug prices is the best thing since breakfast, and you guys have been pushing it forever and never could get it done. So don't give me that left-right garbage. I'm not so big, but the brakes are tight. Don't want to go over those handlebars. You people are beyond slimy. Who are you people? This isn't CPAC, baby. Trust me, this isn't a Republican convention. I can promise you that. You gotta love it. That's good stuff. AOC is too young. Listen, AOC's not competent in anything but reading off a speech or a prompter, man. She's never been hit with hardball questions. She would do extremely poorly in any kind of a debate, no matter how well practiced she was, because she wouldn't know what to do when a real question was asked. I would eat AOC up on that Imagination Land Green New Deal. The only thing that was probable in there were renewable sources of energy that already exist, okay, and then rebuilding infrastructure with things like maglev trains. But those are things I've been preaching long before the Green New Deal, because the technology has been here and they could actually revolutionize business for the average person instead of pushing an automation nation based on a UBI, which is a transhumanist agenda. Let's see. Grandma Oatmeal. Let's get her out of here. Has she ever talked about gun control? She's in California. What do you think? It wasn't like we're going to get a Tulsi Gabbard. Can't have somebody who actually has a brain and some passion, unfortunately. She'll be prez when Biden was unable to be within the year. Oh, wow, you put it over, it'll tell you the tears of joy, huh? What happened to Big Mike? Michelle Obama has a podcast now. Kamala Harris going to put me and my children in prison. Let's see. Keep going. Fauci, white-haired Hitler. Hey, Jason, what do you think of using them two more as a doorway to rock film? I use them two for teasers and direct more people. That's actually against the terms of service, just so everybody understands that. Pulling people, like if I were to stream at the same time and then stop and then say go over to Rockfin, they might actually have a reason to kick me off. But if I say that, there's going to be an exclusive video later on, that's a little bit different thing. But if I continue the same broadcast only somewhere else, that's sketchy territory. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to direct people off of this platform necessarily all the time because it's the biggest one in the world, and that's how I gain new people. I'm not trying to preach to the choir. I hope that the person that thought I was a Republican a minute ago isn't just a troll and actually learns something. That's all. Kamala is our first female Blasian American VP candidate. Great to see your live stream, Jason. Well, thank you very much. The Uganda giant. That's right, the Ugandan giant, Kamala. I bet she is friends with Chrissy Teigen and Tom Hanks. Listen, man, don't bring that Q sense over here. We only base ourselves in evidence. Okay, I get it. First of all, you didn't even spell Chrissy Teigen right. Yes, has Chrissy Teigen had some terrible, awful tweets? You betcha. Okay, were her and John Legend on the flight logs? I believe they were. I don't think Tom Hanks was ever on the flights with Epstein. And I've seen no credible evidence, just a whole bunch of banter about Hanks. But I don't want to get into it. Let's see. Kamala scratch and sniff. I have faith in the Africans track gold medalist girls over Kamala Harris. Oh, boy. I wonder if that's kind of like a Cool Runnings, like Jamaican bobsled team reference. Yeah, you do want Nazi Germany, or you want to like communist Russia. I'm totally against it all. Oops. Let's see. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. I'm going to check and see if maybe there's a GoFundMe. Nope, that's okay. Let's see. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, I just saw. Let's see. As they said in the project, Middle Ages, lepers, please. Sounds like a fun gal. University of Delaware has Joe Biden's records and won't unseal them until like 2 years after he retires. Wonder what they are hiding. Retires? Joe Biden. Listen, man. Joe Biden's, I don't even think he's going to be around for 2 years. If he is, they're really going to put him in a backdrop. It's over. It's over for Biden. Let's be honest. I think he's doing a good job with the trafficking and getting countries to side with him. Calvin, you're in imagination land, bro. Well, come back to reality. Okay. You've watched that fall cabal nonsense way too many times. What do you think of the Russian COVID vaccine? I don't think that I'll be taking it. And I don't like it. Like I said, this is a globalized plan. Do you want JP Case or Wells Fargo? I don't know what that means. I know they're banks. JP Morgan Chase, or Wells Fargo. I hope it's as good as the time Putin gave Trump a soccer ball with a smile on his face. I don't know what that means. Leper Abbott, you holding Joe Biden up as a bastion of morality is beyond sad. It's ridiculous. Leper is actually Jimmy Doran's online alias. Come on, he's not pushing Biden. What up, Anthony? Soon, Jimmy Dore's the greatest. Jimmy Dore is a lot of things, but pro-Biden or Kamala isn't one of them. Correct. Not a good team, huh? Flotsam and Jetsam have always fed off each other for their survival. Kamala is Hillary on super steroids and was created to be the female Obama. Trump and Biden should race to see who can reach the prune juice in the freezer. Listen, Trump's still pretty sharp. You got to give him that. And he's funny. Again, that's why they don't want any kind of actual debates between Trump and Biden, because obviously it would be embarrassing. Oh, boy. They deserve each other. AOC is a yo-yo. She flip-flopped on Palestine in a matter of seconds. Harris is trash. Get out of here with that nonsense. I'm just disgusted with the whole election nastiness. We could have actually had a choice with Tulsi Gabbard. Now it's like choosing between, yes, a turd and a booger. Not much of a choice. AOC has some serious horse teeth. Oh, boy. I wonder if The Simpsons predicted Harris being nominated just like the cut clip of Trump in a coffin. That's also not true. The Trump in a coffin clip is later on, but that's a totally different thing. What are your thoughts on the New World Order, Jason? Hollywood will burn. I did a whole 3-hour watch along today with my film, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined. So if you want my views on the New World Order, there's a broadcast waiting for you, and you can watch it right after this one, because it's also a documentary film. All right, we got it. We got a super chat. Hey, Daniel. Thank you for your work and support for Action for Assange, Jason. We love you. Hope to see you in D.C. Thank you very much, Daniel. And yes, Action for Assange does great work. We appreciate the support and the super chat, my friend, because again, we're demonetized fully on this platform. Oh, there's a big jump. Let's see. Oh, I saw Academy Street's house. Let's keep going. Great work, by the way, mate. Appreciate that. Love and stay blessed. Thank you. Remember what Obama did with this country. Kamala will be the nail in the coffin. I mean, Kamala will be a terrible person. She will smile and sass you and stab you in the back. And again, do whatever the predator class wants. She will be the ultra puppet. Believe it. Tulsi played herself, thinking the Dem Party would give her a fair shake. Yeah, but maybe Tulsi said, I'm going to give it the shot, and then maybe eventually she's going to get out of government. Maybe she'll go for governor and states' powers. There's a lot of things on the table. I don't like how she endorsed Biden. I'm not in love with her CFR membership, but out of everybody up there, I don't like how she endorsed the UBI. But out of everybody else up there, it wasn't even close. Her friend... 2024 Kamala versus Ivanka. Jeez. Let's hope there's first of all, let's hope there's a 2020 election. Clay Aiken or the black dude? What year is this? That's an old reference to Old school American Idol, like second or third season, right, Brian? Nazi Germany was a reaction to communism. Who erased my comment? I don't know. I didn't see your comment, to be quite honest. Her grandparents owned slaves. She is Indian is from India. She is not black. Academy Street in the house. Is that right? Is that Academy Street, Oneonta, New York? Shecky demand. Interesting. Wrestler Kamala, James Harris, dies a day before Kamala Harris gets VP nod. I know. The synchronicity is overwhelming. He will never retire. He's going to leave the planet first. He just might. It's over for Biden. It was never there for Zombie Joe. Hell of a day to quit sniffing glue. Kamala means horrible in Finnish languages. I've got some storytelling for you. Is that right, David? Bet mad, I am a little drunk and very stoned, FYI, Burmis. Hey, you got some hits right there. I don't think so. YouTube is blocking my entire feed. Glad I caught this live. Well, thank you, Life of Riley. Appreciate you joining us. Oh, let's go back up there. Let's see. Man, that's... Okay, there we go. I've got some storytelling for you. We did that one. Kamala, LOL. Let's see. Someone's telling a different story about communist Russia. Any chance they can test the... Listen, no matter who wins the election, Trump or Kamala Vampirus, or if Zombie Joe's still on the ticket, it won't even matter at this point. We're in cartoon world. If they do the mail-in voting, it will be contested forever. They're already going to try to rig it with their voting machines, but there will be spikes in October, right before the election. You thought you were going to have a Halloween? Oh, it'll be Halloween, all right. It'll be Halloween for that real predator class. You know what I'm talking about. The ones that are into that sort of thing. Into that dark, pagan solstice worship, if you will. Just saying. Just saying. It won't be the fun ones where you go out with your friends and have a good time. Or you take your kids trick-or-treating. Can you imagine how they're going to demonize that? Well, maybe we could have a Halloween if everybody stays socially distanced and you just leave the candy outside and you never touch it, and there's gloves and you have hand sanitizer on your porch, and everybody in the house is wearing a mask when people walk up to the porch, and obviously you'll have to have a mask under or over your other mask that you're wearing because we want to protect everybody, because it's all about protecting people. We're here to protect. Let's see. Do you watch Timcast IRL? 100%. GoFundMe is back. Yes, sir. It is back. And they said that, again, it was just a processing error. I don't quite believe it, but I am happy to have it back because, again, it has some transparency. And I like using it as a tool. Hopefully, they're not going to censor me. I mean, I guess you never know, but we don't really know what happened there. 59 likes, 209 in the chat. Come on, guys. Get it up to 100. Lots of knee pads for Kamala. Yikes. I'm hearing alive and love my Pontiacs. Jason, I know it's of the beating track, but have you checked out Nicola Sturgeon, First Minister of Scotland? Her politics are North Korea style. She's mad. You got to send me some information via Twitter on that one. Harris thought, though, everyone's under the throws everyone under the bus. Of course she does. She's a social climbing predator. She's a minion of the predator class. She emulates them. She will do what she needs to do. Let's see. Kamala Harris is Obama. Yikes. You need to get direct to your audience for Action for Assange in advance. I didn't catch it till the end. Well, they're still on, I think, live. They might not be on anymore, but they usually do like 2 or 3 hours. You can always catch the replay. And they did get at me earlier today. So you can always catch the replay, guys, and I only carried the first half hour of it. How far beneath Tulsi was Sanders? You think Sanders is more weak or more complicit? He's just as complicit. Again, show me the people on the left that gave Trump credit for that executive order on Big Pharma. And don't think they won't overturn it and say they're going to come up with something better via Congress and the Senate, which is nonsense. Again, you have to look at each thing. Everything's not going to be black and white. I don't believe in superheroes. I don't wear a MAGA hat. I'm not with Antifa. I'm not on the right. I'm not on the left. Okay? You get me? I am for protests. I'm not for riots. You know, I'm a constitutionalist at heart because I know the Constitution was an imperfect document that the right way lets you amend it to make it better, and usually guarded away from making it worse. But we don't live in that. We live in a national security state. And we live in a system that, again, I'm demonetized on this platform because apparently the UN and the World Health Organization might think I'm hateful content. That's madness. I didn't vote for anybody in the UN. That's why we did the Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined watch along today. I think John Carpenter might have some inside knowledge. I mean, Escape from New York comes on, or maybe it's They Live. I love the John Carpenter stuff. Blinders feel the election with Obama running against McCain. Who's next to fall after Ghislaine? Ghislaine really hasn't fallen. Like, well, let's find out what happens there. There's so many names, and supposedly they're going to release more documents, so we'll be waiting on those. What up, Jason? Both Escape from New York and They Live. Banks win, no credit unions. You're right. The Predator class has consolidated power during COVID 1984. Again, 9/11 meets 1929. We're here equals COVID 1984. November is looking very scary. I agree. That's great. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Digital candy. You know they want to cancel Christmas. Can you? Oh, they're going to try. But I mean, it's going to be very sad for Christmas once all the stimulus runs out. And again, the dollar is demonetized, and they further try to bring in a cashless society and an automation nation, and all of a sudden a lot of jobs are gone. Listen, we got to get outside of this lockdown and this control for sure. And she's not going to be the one to do it. Let's see. The Clintstones World Channel did a great vid on Kamala and Biden. Great work, guys. Creepy Uncle Joe and Horrible Harris. The madness that has been unfolding in Seattle was tried with deadly consequences during the French Revolution and the Paris Commune of 1871. It is not 1871. Would you vote for Ventura if he decided to run? Yeah, but I'm not thrilled with what he's saying about masks right now. I can tell you that. That's where I'm at. 1871 has a lot to do with D.C. Maybe now it's Go Coin Me, blockchain. Again, PayPal's getting ready to have wallets embedded into their system as well. So that's a possibility. We're there. Looks like you've recovered the Q subs from your you lost from Wayfair Gate. Hope these will stick with it a bit more. Again, I tell the truth. I'm not a truther. I'm not here to, try to placate to people or pander to ideas or get subscribers or grift people. I'm into the truth, man. And there's plenty of stuff out there about actual child abuse that I cover because it is real. In fact, I need to do a video on the more people coming forward with the Rockefeller Foundation doctor that was like a serial molester. We covered it years ago now, and we'll continue to cover it because more and more people are revealing it. And again, they hide behind these powerful foundations. Brian Telford, no joke. I am moving my business and gone from Seattle due to this. It's forced me against the left, and left your home. I hear you, bro. I'm leaving. Believe me, I'm leaving. It's time to go. Let's see. What do we have here? Paris Commune Vendome column was pulled to the ground while communer banned. I don't know what that means. Yeah, same. Is Univision channel anchor Maria Elena Salinas' family involved with the Nexium cult? Possibly. Rothschild bailout is coming. I don't know much about that, though. 1871 is when America became corporate. Nobody wants Harris. I agree. I'll watch Invisible Empire. Watch along after this stream. Thank you, Burmis. Sure thing. New York and London, banking houses finance the Bolshevik regime. Overthrow the Tsar. Big trouble in Little China 2020. Dems seem to be throwing the elections. Again, it's going to be as rigged as it gets. And it looks like we've done it. We didn't pick Pete Booty Juice. Again, he was Pete Bootlicker to me. Care less about his sexual orientation. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share if you can. $5, $10, $15. Big donors. You mean the world to me. It seems like GoFundMe is going to allow me to be on their platform. All my documentary films are free in the documentaries playlist section. Remember, we watched Invisible Empire today to really give an update So instead of just a 2-hour and 14-minute documentary, you literally get almost 3 hours with Jason Burmis. It's like a director's commentary on top of it. If you want to watch my free video that I put up exclusively at Rockfin, make a free account, and you can also support me there by endorsing me. It's like a Netflix for creators. There's plenty of other great creators if you do pay for the premium. But today I did a video about Zombie Joe and Kamala Vampiris before she was picked. So again, subscribe, share, post this stuff everywhere. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.